Trey. I ain't got my glasses on, I apologize. How y'all doing today? I'm gonna do an oil painting in just a minute. I'm hoping one of my moderators is up. Firefly 34. Cool name. I'm gonna try to do I don't know, in my head it looks really good. Kind of a mountain scene with a bridge. Berry, Coco from Cali, how are you? KRM, Lady Foxy, Candace Jones. I'm gonna do an oil painting in just a minute. I'm in a contest that Johnny Depp is hosting, and I need votes. So we're gonna do a painting tonight and see if I can get some people to go vote. Alright, we're gonna start out with a little bit of magic white. Oh yeah. So I use this one. I'm gonna use my 1.5 inches. I'm gonna start out with a very small amount. I'm even wiping it off. I'd much rather put too little than too much. Alright, start at the top, go across. Then start working that down. I got tape around I like to have borders on my paintings. I don't know why, I just like it. So when we get finished painting it, we'll pull the tape and see what it looks like. Anybody who would like to try painting, or just do it one time, just to say you've done it yourself, this is the way to go. If the right person shows you how to do this, you should leave with at least a decent painting you're proud of. Alright, so I can see right there we're starting to dry out. I'm going to go back and get just a tad more. I almost made it over halfway, so I don't want to put too much. Just using the corner of the brush, dipping it in. I'm going to wipe it off. Then I'm going to come across here and start pulling that down. Now, I'm using a canvas board and not a canvas. So when I put this first layer on, I'm going to have to give it just a second, well, a couple of seconds, because it's going to soak up that first little layer, at least in my experience. I'll cover a whole painting and then look down the side of it to see if it's covered, and there'll be dry spots everywhere. So it's the board soaking it up. I know I covered the whole thing. Alright, still have it added no more to my brush. I'm gonna pull that whole line down. I'm just really scrubbing it right out of the brush now. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to add no more. I'm going to check it and see if it needs any in just a second. I'm going to talk to y'all and see if anybody wants to try this. Alright. You know, Bob Ross always said that if you think you put too much on it, take a paper towel and just dab it all around, and whatever's left is perfect. I'm a little worried about this bottom edge right here. I think I need to add a little bit. I'm going to look down the side of it. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back over it just a second. Alright, anybody out there want to try painting or is a painter? I love seeing other people's art. Even if it's stick man, if you feel like it's art, I would see it. Pancake Manda, a happy little tree over here. Okay. Arthur, thanks for coming, man. Alright, names are clicking by too fast. I can't read them. I'm going to go ahead and put just another little layer on this bottom half. It's always easier to go back and add a little. Taking it off is a little difficult. Alright, that looks much better. The edges didn't look like they were covered. And you can see how thin that layer is across that tape. It's hard to tell on white. That's why you always look down the side. It'll show you what's wet and what's not wet. Alright, up here at the top, it's really slick. It feels real good. Down here at the bottom, it's going to feel that way in just a second. If it's still grabbing the brush, it's too much paint. Your brush should slide across it. Alright, just going to make sure my brush is clean. Why are you building it with white? So most of my paintings, I go ahead and put magic white on. Or at least that's what people call it. I just use 50% linseed oil and 50% titanium white. And go ahead and put that white up there so when I touch it with other colors, it mixes as we're painting. I don't have to do it on the palette. That's why Bob did it. Some nights, I don't do many with just clear, but I'm going to do some. Yeah, this is if you've ever seen Bob Ross, this is his style. He just always done this before the show because it takes a few minutes to do. He only had 30 minutes to paint. Alright, so I'm just hitting the center and pulling out as I'm coming across. And you can tell up here it's just sliding. There. now the whole thing is sliding. That feels much better. You'll get used to that. Alright, let's clean the brush. Man, I really want to do a mountain scene, a few mountains actually, like a valley. And then some water with a bridge. So we'll just have to see what shakes out. That's what's in my head. Just gotta get it up here. Alright, so first thing I'm gonna do is start with a little Van Dyke brown. I'm gonna get the fan brush out. Normally I don't do this, but I was watching somebody do it today, and I gotta try it out. Because the distance he put in his paintings were amazing. Alright, I'm gonna take a little bit of white and a very small amount of brown. I want to get it really, really light. Like almost a pale color. Alright, so just tapping my white. I think that'll work. The stars. Ooh, no. I need to put it in the sky. See, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm thinking about these mountains so hard. Alright, let's put this brush to the side for a minute. I need to put a little bit of sky up there. Let's see what colors we're going to use today. So, if you don't know, I like a lot of color. So, whatever we do up here in this front is going to be super bright with a lot of color in it. And everything up here in these corners should always be darker. Everything real further back should be lighter. All right, I'm going to go into a little bit of Alizar red. I mean, a small amount. I'm going to show you just a second. I barely got paint on 1 or 2 bristles. Very small amount. I'll tap that out. Cover a few more bristles and lighten it. And this is why we put the magic white on. But like I said, I try to mix my own. It's a lot easier. We'll start right here. Just small amounts of color. We're going to come back and really soften these colors. As we get back here, small marks. As you get up here in these corners, as you're coming up, put bigger marks. But I'm going to change the colors a little bit. I have a bunch of colors in it. Bunch. Well, at least in my head it does. We'll see. And I still hadn't added no more paint. There's still a lot on those bristles, even though it looked like very little. Sometimes I do small X's, and that's what Bob said do. Sometimes I just make a U shape. Right. we're gonna blend this down here till it's really light, but right up in here we need some really strong colors. I still haven't added no paint to it. I'm just pushing harder. Alright, let's change colors up. Yeah, I got a beautiful blue color. Well, I did. It then got dry on me. I like to leave my paint out. The drier it is, the better it is to me. Let's see here. I just want some blue. Alright, I just go into some Italian blue. It's really thick too, so, and it's a very strong color, so really tap it out. I'm gonna mix a little bit of white with it. There. Just here and there. Small X's are used. Just put some color up here. Blend it all out in a minute. Make it look real pretty. These blues and reds will give us a nice purple. So as we get further up the board, stronger, bigger marks. A friend of mine is going to allow me to teach people in my hometown how to paint, and I cannot wait to do this. It's going to be so exciting. Hey Rick, how you today? Troy, how you today? I know it was like a huge mess, right? A huge mess. Yeah. We're gonna work all that out in just a second. Alright, I'm not gonna clean the brush. I'm gonna go right into a little bit of Prussian blue. If I can get the skin off of it. There we go. Small amount, very small. If you go up there with a whole lot of color, you'll blend forever. Winds up with just a solid color, nothing. Alright, small marks. Let's see. I'm gonna put some dark ones in here in a minute. I'll start out, I'm gonna put a little bit of yellow around this bottom. So some shadows, some darkers. Definitely want to make these corners dark. Bob said it pushes the eye to the center. So just make sure your values here are darker than the ones down here. And they're darker up here than they are back here, wherever your horizon is. Alright, that'll work. And if I haven't added enough paint or anything like that, it's still not that hard to paint. Even if I put too much up there, You scrape it off and do something else with it. This type of painting is really, really forgiving. You can get away with just about anything. Alright, let me get mine. Alright. Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and blend this and then we'll put some yellow on it. I don't want to get too many greens. A few is alright, but just with the bottom of the brush, small X's, really small, and let it mix with that magic white. Oh yeah, coming out. I tell people, to me, this type of painting is like magic. It's like a bunch of illusions. A bunch of illusions. Don't want a whole lot of detail back there, but as we get closer up here, you do. Let me just keep working this a little bit more. The more you rub it, the lighter it'll get. Because of the magic white. If we didn't have magic white up there, that value is pretty much there. You can blend other colors into it. I really want that back there to be so soft. And as it gets closer, brighter. Like I said, small X's just with the corner of the brush. We'll go back and put a few clouds in it too. I've never done this painting. You can go on my profile and see. Every time I paint is the first time. I'm a brand new artist. I'm an amateur artist, let's say that right. But I really like it. I love it, actually. I should have been doing this a long time ago. That's how I feel. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Alright. Let's go back up here. Let's keep working this. You don't want to overwork it. Sometimes I do that a lot. Alright. I'm just going to knock the brush off, get any heavy paint off of it. And then lightly, I'm just dragging the brush across it. I want to pick up any heavy paint and really set all those other colors down. I guess they used, Bob and them would say they hypnotized me. I understand that now. I didn't understand it until I started painting. Alright. That'll work. I'm gonna get out of there. That's gonna drive me crazy. Man, I got stuck under there. I'm gonna go back and add just a small amount of color. Of the Prussian blue. Just a small amount. Right up there in that corner. Look a little bit more like that. Just small X's. There, got it out. It works. Pick up a little bit more of the color. Because the whole time you're touching the canvas, it's mixing with that magic white. So sometimes you just gotta go back in. Pick up a little bit. I am just barely touching the sky. And these dark colors. Alright, that'll work. Now I'm going to blend that down some. And then put a couple of dark purple clouds up there. Just a couple. Then we'll start working on some mountains. But I need all this background in there before I get started. Once again, same thing. Just small X's. Soft touch. Bob would say 3 hairs. And some air. Yep. Alright, let's see. Come back, fluff up anything that will fluff up, because we're going to pull a lot of paint off of it. Right. All this is lightly. Alright, now we can start. Not even going to worry about the yellow. Alright, so I was going to put a little bit of water in here. So, let me think about this a second. So you're the amount's going to come down, possibly the bridge here. Put water right through here. Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. So we go back and do all those same colors, but this time we use the fan brush. We're gonna really tap that color so it's not heavy on the brush. I picked up a small amount and just enough to color the bristles. That's it. So we'll start somewhere right in here, and we'll work our way back as that paint gets and pull these lines straight across. We're going to mix all these colors just like we did the sky. So just pull these lines straight. And if you start down here and you get most of the color off, when you come up here, it just gets lighter automatically. And that's what you want. Back there in the distance, it should be way lighter. Probably make it come over this way soon. Just thinking about how it's gonna run. Then as I'm coming down here, I'm constantly mixing with more magic white. So when I go back up here, it's just lighter and lighter. But these have to be blended down some. And I want to pull some of that color out. I don't know how wide it's going to be yet. I just see it in my head. Right, that'll work. Yeah. I don't really have to clean the brush because there's not much paint on it. Just wiping it off my leg. Go back into some of the Thalio blue. Get a small amount, just like we did that red. And then tap it into your bristles so you got color on it. That's it. Not a lot of paint, or you'll be blending forever. All right, we're gonna start down here so that it's the brightest, well, the darkest in value. And then as it mixes with that magic white, it should get lighter as we go back. Once again, pull these lines straight. And it's a very light touch. If you press hard, all your color is going to come right off right there. That magic white is going to grab it. I really like doing water and reflections. To me, it's really amazing. And see, even though now I'm having to push really hard to get further back on the brush where the color's at. I'll come back with another brush in just a second and really blend all these together. Make it work. Make it look like water. Alright. Now we're going to go into some of that Persian blue. Again, a small amount. Just tap it onto your bristles. Give a little dab on the corner. Pull that to the side and then dab it until it covers your bristles. That little piece of color. There's no paint on that brush, just the bristles are covered. There is a little paint. I said no paint. Alright. I'm an amateur artist, so that'll explain a lot. Alright. So now here, just want to touch a few dark spots. I may not have picked up enough color. It didn't need to change. Alright. Now I gotta be careful because I know I picked up enough. Alright. So just in a few spots. Just like in the clouds. These dark spots. But make them darkest right here up front. And pull them straight in. In a minute, we'll get the big brush and really make this work for us. Alright, that's enough. Alright, take the big brush. And all of this is just underpainting. It doesn't have to be a long thought out process. Just putting some color down. That's all. Something to work on top of. Alright, remember, pull these lines straight. And the further you get back, really, really rub on it a little bit, get it to lighten up. If you have any dark spots, just rub them a little bit. They'll get lighter. I'm going to try to pull some of this color out here. Like I said, don't know how wide it's going to be. We don't draw nothing on here. We just start painting. See what happens. That's what I love about this. Alright. We'll get rid of those right there. Yep. That's enough to show some reflections. Alright, we clean the brush off real good. I got about 4, maybe 5 brushes that I use all the time. And of course the knife. And it's addictive. It really is. Alright. What I want to do now. I'm going to start working on those mountains. Go back to that fan brush and my other. Yeah, that's where I was mixing it right there. Alright, so I'm using brown. And I'm mixing a lot of white with it so that it comes out really light. Back here in the back, I just want to take the fan brush and start creating some little mountains. As we come forward, I'll just mix a little bit more brown with it, let it get darker and darker. And then eventually maybe add a little black as we get closer up here. We'll keep rubbing it until it gets really soft. I'll just use the big brush on it in a minute. Let's put another one in. Just scratching in just some marks. So really forming some ground. How it's falling right through here. And it's very light, which is great. You can press harder, make things really pop out of them. Alright. And we might do this whole thing with just a fan brush. Who knows? We'll see. We will see. Alright, so I'm going to go back in and tap just a small amount of my Van Dyke Brown. So I'll find it again. Alright, so my other table. We'll bring it over and mix it a little bit with that white. Just making it a little darker value. Not cleaning the brush because I still want all those other colors to be in there too. Let's see here. Bob said, if you got a shaky hand, this is a good time for it. Alright. And because it's just a shade darker, it comes out looking like it's closer to you. Alright, magic. Come back over here and work this one out a little bit. Oh yeah, it's gonna run right into that water. we're gonna put some maybe some trees right back here in a minute, just to break this part of it up. All right, go back into. First, I'm gonna get a clean fan brush. Pull some of these lines out a little bit. I'm gonna, as soon as I work this little mountain right here, I'm gonna put the brush down for a minute and talk to y'all. See what y'all think so far. Like I said, I'm gonna get a chance to teach some of the people in my local town. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm gonna go back and get just a little bit more of that brown color, small amount, just right on the corner of the brush. I'm still gonna mix it with that same white and brown pile. Just a couple of taps. I'm gonna brighten up these tops a little bit right here. Oh man, just lay them right over each other. Really cool. Just scratching in a couple of different shades back there, so round tip of the fan brush. Let's see. Oh yeah. Right. Small amounts of paint, really small amounts. Might be using big brushes sometimes, but it's still a small amount. For right now. Later on in the end when we're detailing or making trees, then we'll put a lot of paint on it. Alright, let's see. A little bit better at the top. And you just keep bringing it forward, bringing it forward, bringing it forward. Alright, we'll clean the brush because I ran out of thin brushes. Alright, so let's get it nice, clean, make sure there ain't no odorless mineral spirits on it. Alright, just gonna come back through here, clean some of these up. If there's any heavy paint, it should pick it up. So I'm gonna start putting some trees in here just a second. Alright. pick up just a little bit of, I forgot what color this is. It's like it's burnt umber. I'm sorry. Just forgot for a minute. Tap a little bit of color, small amount. We'll go back there after we rub up here and get a lot of the color off. We'll put just a little bit back there, some highlights. Just follow those same angles we put in. A lot of this will get covered up, but I just need it back there. For background color. A little bit here. We'll soften up these bottoms. And the more you rub it, the more it'll blend right on down for you. Right. Really pushing kind of hard to get the color to come off right here. I have to put a little bit of dark right on that. Alright. Now I'm going to put just brown, no white. No white. Just as we're bringing it closer to us. And this will be the last one, then we'll start building stuff in front of it. Yeah. Yep. We'll make sure it's a monster too compared to the other ones. So just the brown. And cover the whole tip of your fan brush this time. Tap it in, get just a little bit of color right on the tip. Don't want to put a lot of heavy paint up there. We won't be able to put nothing else on top of it. It's easy to turn into mud if you start layering paint on there and don't know how to do it. Alright, so right here, like I said, a couple of monsters. Yeah, this will work. So I got to color all on those bristles. Just press hard, pull them up. We'll come back and blend them. Make sure you got a dark edge. Go back into that color. It's always easier to go back and add more. Okay. You put too much on there, it's hard to get it off. So we'll come right back through here and make sure this edge is nice and dark. way. And we'll add some more shadows and highlights to these. Just thinking. Just something different right there, yeah. Alright, more color. And I'm going to add a little bit of black to these right here in front of us. Want them nice and dark in value. Let's see. Oh, check this out. Let's go way out here. Get a little more color. Alright, I'm gonna stop in just a second. I think I said that a while ago, but sometimes I get lost in pain. I forget to turn around. But I will. Just give me a second. Just gotta get some color up here. We can highlight it any way we want. Alright, just come back down. Alright, that'll work over there. We'll put just a little bit more dark right there across the top. Oh yeah. Works for me. Works for me. Alright, let's throw some. Yeah, need to put just a couple of dark lines. That was it's alright for what we're doing tonight. I really want to try to get this bridge across here. Alright. So that's what we're going to work on is the so back here in the back, I need some bushes or something to start off with. Got to cut that off, make a whole new plane. But at least now we kind of have an idea of where the water's coming from. Alright, let's see. What colors? Let's get some sap green. Remember, very little paint, very little paint. And I'm going to add a little bit of Patario blue to it. Just let it mix right on the brush. Yeah, that'll work. Start right here. Hold on, I'm trying to scope it out. Just in a couple of spots. We'll put some trees down here. We don't cover up a lot of it, but it'll look good to be in there. Back in the back, just touching, just to add a little cover. Barely touch. You can create tons and tons of forms. Even got a little field up in the middle of those. Oh yeah, pull some of that brown and the green up. Oh yeah, that works. Like I said, this is like just background stuff. We're gonna cover a lot of this up. Alright, we'll clean the brush off and go back in and rub some of those till they're a little bit softer. Real light touch. Man, I want to cover that field up. Alright, that'll work. Alright, let's see. I'll get my knife out. I'll put some highlights. Man, I really want to put two big trees right there. So I gotta be careful about how much paint I put up there. Let's see. I'll go into a tad bit of that blue and sap green that I was already mixing together. Just to add some color. Little rocks. When it's done, we get a little bit of black. Tiny bit. I'll mix that. I ain't cleaned the brush. I'm just mixing in that same pile of sap green and blue. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna turn on top of y'all. See, I wish there was like a buzzer y'all could hit when I'm not doing right. Alright, just gonna make this a little soft down here. Just to add some color. We'll add some different colors right here. Maybe just a tad bit of red. Not cleaning the brush off like I didn't mix. Alright, that'll work. Let's put a little bit that over here. You know, red and green make a beautiful brown. More like a chocolate pudding. Alright. Alright. Now just a tad bit of the black. I mean, very small amount. Get a little dab and then tap that all over your brush. So you just got a little color on the bristles. Alright. Just and then some shadow colors. And if you've ever thought about painting, trust me, this is the way to go. I got a puzzle piece. Why is that? I thought I looked in the camera. And I failed it. Got my glasses. Alright, fine. Whew. Alright, got y'all back. Alright, now I'm gonna take a little bit of, like I said, the black. Just tap some of it onto the bristles. Very small amount of color. Alright. I'm ready to move on. Just a tad bit more. Once again, very, very small amount. Very, very small amount. Somebody told me the other day I don't talk loud enough. I apologize, I can't help it. Not through here. I just want to add a couple of dark. Alright. That'll work. That'll work. Alright, let's grab a fan brush. This one will work. Go back into the black, a little bit of black, and we use Persian blue. Small amount of black, a little bit of the Persian blue, yes, and some sap green. Right. I like those colors because when you put yellow on them for highlights, they really pop out. You get so many different shades of green. We're just tapping these colors right into the brush. Wiggling it, loading it up. All right. Right here. Right. May have to get a little bit more black. I want to stand out more than that. Especially on the top edges. Just want nice, crispy tops. And just start tapping in some trees. Alright, go right back into some more color. A little black, blue, sap green. Alright, I'm gonna go back over some of these in the back. Just a little bit. I shouldn't miss, my paint is really thick, so I'm gonna mix just a drop of thinner with it. Just to loosen that paint up so it'll come off nice and crisp for those tops. Don't really care about the bottom. We're gonna make it look like a little bit of mist down there. Alright. Anytime you paint don't want to come off like it did right through here, I was really having to smash it hard to get it to come off there. But if you just mix a little bit of linseed oil or thinner, it'll come off for you. And because we already smashed in all those other beautiful colors, it's easy to make little forest. Alright. Just mixed another drop of mineral spirits with it. You know, as we get closer, you want to show just a tad bit more detail, sharper, crisper lines. And that's just me. I'm an amateur now. Try it for yourself and see what you think. I just want to show people this is one way. Oh man, I might have to take a break for a minute. My dogs are wanting to go out. Alright, just tapping a little color back through these. And we'll do this other side the same way. Get a little more sap green. Alright. Start right here. Oh, I can't wait to see that edge. Put a little bit more color in here. All right. So like I said, my paint's been sitting out for a while. I don't ever put it up. I love it when it gets thick. To me, it's easier to work with, but I'm having to mix thinner with it right now to get it to come off. And that's fine. That's part of painting. All right. Got it nice and loosened up. I have to slide out of here for a second and let them go outside. They all fuss and get upset. Alright, just a little bit more here. Yeah, you can do yours any way you want to do it, right? Your choice, anything you want to do. Alright. Let me show my face, because I'm going to have to step out for just a second to let them out. They're going to start throwing a fit, and I don't want that to happen. Alright. Y'all give me just a minute, and then when I come back, I'll even sit down and talk a second, like I've been promising. Alright. Okay, for just a minute. As soon as I let them out of the cage, they're gonna run outside. Hold on. Come on. You wanna go out? Come on, Pepper. I'm back. They'll bark when they're ready to come back in, which won't be very long, but I'll talk to y'all until that happens. All right. All right, Shelly 78. How are you tonight? Well, this morning. it's just so hard for me to stop painting and turn around and talk. I apologize. I'm great. Couldn't sleep, so I decided to paint. Everyone, please tell me where you're watching from. See if anybody's close. Tennessee, okay. Talk to people there. Been talking to people in New York. I love to go up there and paint. I think it was one of the places that Bob went several times and done shows, I think. Anybody else? Alright, let's see. Let's get started on some. Alright, so what we're going to do is make it look like there's going to be some mist right at the bottom of these trees. We might put some ground in, maybe. We'll see. Just depends on how it comes out. The stuff always happens. So I'm going to start back here in the back and work my way forward. Just with the side of the brush. Go right underneath it and pull up just a little bit. And it'll really build the bottoms of those tree lines. Hamid, I'm sorry, man. I got some moderators. Alright. I'm sorry about that, man. Maybe at the end we can sit and chat. Alright. Just right at the bottoms, pick up about just an inch. And every time you touch, you're putting more color down. And it just makes it look like a huge forest. These are the bottoms of those trees. Puts the light in there for you with all those nice things. Alright, now I'm going to tap out the bottom. Just tap it. I'm going to get rid of all these lines. And the more you tap it, it'll mix with that magic white and just disappear. Start looking more like mist or fog. Or just at a far distance. And that's another thing. I got another painting in my head, so I may paint twice today. Because I think I need to get it out before I forget it. Alright, I'm going to wipe the brush off. I'm going to come back and lift up on that one more time. Just picking up any heavy paint. And then we'll come back and tap it out one more time. The more you tap it, the harder you tap it. And I'm really beating it up. If she wasn't strapped in right now, she'd be off. Just right there at that bottom. works for me. Pull this in some. Oh yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Alright, so you start thinking about how I want that water to come out. And let's see. I'm gonna go with some land. Just have it come out of the corner somewhere. There's so many options, you know. Like I said, because you don't draw anything, you get to plan it all right as you're doing it. So let me add just a couple of big trees in front of those small ones. It'll really help trick the eye into thinking those are the trees that we're fixing to make. We'll put more detail in these, and we'll just do a couple of them right up in the front. Go back into those same colors, exact same ones. Black and some sap green. All right, let's see. There we go. And I'm gonna mix a little bit of thinner with it because I want it to come off fairly easy. I don't want to struggle with it. You just gotta be really careful with thinner because it'll turn to ink if you're not careful. Make small amounts. I got a dropper that I use. All right, let's see. Right here. And we'll put a tree just with the corner of the brush. Tap out nice, beautiful tree. Hopefully. Alright. I think that'll be alright. We'll put some highlights on him in just a minute. We'll pick up some more paint. I felt like it came off the brush fairly easy, so I'm not going to add no more thinner. And let's see. Another little one right here. And tap him out. Oh, maybe that's his brother. Alright. Let's stop right there for a second. I want to go ahead and put some water in. Have a little drop right there. As a matter of fact, I'll take a little bit of black on the corner of my fan brush. Put in a little bit of color for an edge. I have shadows, right? I just want to touch this. I don't want to cover it. But it's so easy to put too hard of pressure on it. Alright, that'll work. Just a second, we're going to bring some water right over it. Alright. I'm going to get my other fan brush. Come on, now where you at? I guess this one will work. Nah, I don't need nothing that big. I'm just gonna get. Let's see, what brush? Oh yeah, that little white one will work. What is it? Yeah. All right, we'll get a little bit of white. I gotta squirt me a little white out on the tube. Let's see where we at. All right, here we go. And this is some really, really thick white. I've had it for a while. It's right at the end of the tube. Oh yeah. All right. That's the kind of paint you want to use when you're doing snow on mountains. The thicker it is, the better it breaks, the better it looks. Hey Mary, I hope you're watching live. Thank you so much, Shelly78. I really do appreciate that. I'm in a contest right now that Johnny Depp is hosting. It's called the People's Artist. If you go to my Facebook profile, which is Rusty Weir, WEIR, you can vote, and you can vote every 24 hours. Right now, I'm in like 8th place, so I need some votes. I really need some votes. It would be nice to meet him and to win the prize and have my paintings in a magazine. That would be absolutely incredible. All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit of white, very little paint, just on the bristles. Normally I use the fan brush to do this, but it's such a small spot. All right, so I'm just tapping color onto the bristles. We'll come right back here, and we're gonna pull it and stop. Should we pull it this way? Yeah, that'll work. We'll put a nice tree right up here beside it. We'll touch, pull it down. Alright, I'm going to put some more white in there. And I'm going to put some thinner with it. I really want it to come off really easy. Really, really easy. And I want to have lines. I don't want to have a solid color. In a minute, I'll put some, maybe some blue right over it. Hey, are you messaging me or are you watching? Alright, here we go. Alright. Remember, don't overwork it. Right down here, just want to tap in some color. Alright. That'll work. Go back to the fan brush. Man, oh man. This is why I paint late at night instead of early in the morning or during the day. My dogs don't make a sound from 9 o'clock till 5 o'clock in the morning. And then they go off. All day. No matter what it is about it, they can go off. Alright, I'm going to go back into the black. And then go right back into that same mix of blue and green. Just need that black for those dark shadow spots. Alright. Yeah. Right. Just a little fellow here. He's still growing. He's working on it. Can't help it. And that pushes that waterfall right back behind there. But I'm gonna put another one right there on that corner. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Little grass right around the edges. And we'll make a couple more over here, maybe one or two more on the other side too. Doing the same thing. I might have to go let them in, guys. I'm gonna try to do a couple of trees, and then I gotta go get them in. Oh yeah, this is a giant. This might be popping. I'll go back into some black, kind of getting light on me. I want the green and the blues in there. I just need that black. Alright, she is really throwing a fit. Alright, I'm just gonna finish this and I'm gonna go let her in and I'll be back to paint. Yeah, we'll put some more trees up. A couple more trees up. And y'all invite some people over. Tell them to come check us out. Gonna take me just a second. I'll open that door, they come. Eddie. Oh. Alright, we'll see what happens. But normally when they're awake, they want to be right beside me, so it's hard to paint. It's hard to paint. And then we'll take my brushes. Alright. Let's go right back to the same colors. A couple more trees. And then we'll think about this bridge, maybe. Yeah, it needs to come out right here. Go across there. Maybe have a couple of reflections of it in the water. I think that'll look good. Alright. Go back in and get a little black. Add a little couple of drops of thinner to my color again. I love leaving my colors out because they are easier to me to use when they're dry. But I have to do a lot of thinning when I'm painting. But that's fine. It's cool. Yeah, look at all the different shades that come out of that. My female's in heat. My little puppy's going crazy. He knows he ain't big enough, but and he's gonna keep trying. Alright, just right through here. Alright, actually we're gonna put another one right there. Might as well. Maybe a small one. Get a little black on there. Alright, we'll highlight those. Really make them pop out. Alright. Yeah, we're just trying to arrange things so that it pushes the eye to the center. Alright, let's start thinking about maybe a couple of rocks. We can add highlights to this, it's not a problem. I think I'll drag the gray on in from right here. Now it's just a light touch. Alright, that's good. Now we can put a little bit on this side too. Alright. So let me clean. Well, I ain't got to clean the brush. We'll use it for something else. I'm just gonna set it right over here. And get a. Let's get the filament brush. That'll work. As soon as I find it. Alright, here we go. This'll work. No, Bo. Stop, baby. Give me a minute. I'll set my door and cry to come in. I love him for it, but it'll drive y'all crazy. Alright, we'll start with some brown, just Van Dyke brown. Alright. Remember, small amount of paint, small amount. Alright, let's start. Oh, I need to fill up that side over there real quick. Not a problem. Now, instead of me tapping, now I'm pushing the head of the brush up, letting that paint come off. Make all this beautiful grass. Oh, we need to pull some reflections before I ever put this bridge. I'm getting ahead of myself. Alright, let's get some more of that color. Sap green. I'll set this brush to the side for a little bit. Right. Just keep tapping in that same color mixture. Blue, sap green, a little bit of black. And you push the head down and let that paint come off. In a minute we'll pull some reflections down, try to make this look really good. And you just get all those different colors. Alright, gonna go into a little more blue this time. And then back into that same color mixture. Alright, that'll work. Just enough to start the bridge with. And we'll pull the reflections down real quick. Oh, let me get some more blue. Come on. Oh, yeah, I got blue and green and all kinds of colors in there. Alright, we'll go ahead and pull the reflections down. And what I mean by that is we're going to put those same colors, blue, sap green, and we're going to pull it down. Pull straight down though. Very light. Don't put a lot of color up there. You'll be forever trying to get it to blend. But if you're wanting to show something that's this high, you need to pull it down that far. If you're trying to show the tree, then you need to, well, the tree would just barely touch the edge of the water right here. And that one too. But the way you judge that is you start at the bottom of the tree, you go the same distance down that you went up, and that's how much of that tree should be sticking out. It just depends on what you're trying to show. Alright, so we're going to pull some of this color straight down. Even though I'm going at an angle, I still want to pull the color straight down. Alright, that should do it. We'll have the bridge in right there. Just a couple spots. I'm going to add some darker color. And I'm just doing it by pressing a little firmer on the brush. Alright, let's go to the other side. Sap green and blue on that same dirty brush. Barely touch. Pull down, and we'll put waterline in it to really separate everything. Alright, I think that'll work. Let me make these a little bit bigger. Yep, that'll work. Alright. Now I'm going to clean that brush. It was loaded with paint. And we're going to go to the soft, my soft 1.5 inch. Use whatever you use to blend your soft brush. once again, you're just going to touch that same spot and pull straight down. Try not to go any further than what you already got it, unless you want to. If you're trying to make it go further, it will go further. But by pulling these lines straight down, in a minute we'll swipe straight across, and it will give beautiful indications of reflections on top of water. This might be the part that will, you do this, you might get addicted. It's so much fun. It's like magic sometimes. I tell people that. Alright. Now that I pulled it straight down, like I said, I'm going to just swipe straight across. And you can wiggle these lines. You can go left, you can go right, you can, but because it's wet, you can really make that water move. Just go back and forth. Light, light, light. Very light touch. Pull some of these shades out. Alright, other side. I'm going to go up at an angle, but I'm still pulling these lines straight across. Very, very light. Alright. Does that look like water now? Does it make sense? Let me know. I want to see what people think real quick. We still got to put the water line in there. I just want to know what y'all think so far. Look at the reflections from the sky. Just work all that together. Every time I paint, I amaze myself. Even if people didn't like it, and I'm blessed that people do. I love them. I love them to death. Every time I finish one, I'm trying to look for the next painting. What am I going to do next? Because that's the hardest part, figuring out what you're going to paint. Alright. And I'm looking back at the camera. That looks, to me, that looks good. That looks really good. Y'all, please tell me what you think. I'll stop. Look, I'm gonna put the paint down. Take me a swallow of some Sprite. Nothing hard. Oh, what does it do with it? Zussy? Is that Zeusy? I don't know if I'm saying it right, but how are you? Elijah Martinez? We're gonna move on in just a minute. Sometimes I have to sit back and look at it to see if I need to add something, take away something. I do need to go back and put a little better top on that mountain. Elijah says you're a rising star. I'm no good with my phone, so I have no idea what that means. But thank you so much. We need to put a little bit of highlights in these few little trees right here in the front. Just a little bit. I don't know, maybe a duck or two too. I'm not big. I'm trying to do animals because I'd love to do a landscape with a beautiful horse on it. But I am no good at animals. I'm working on it though. I'm working on it. I'm watching other people. I'm learning. And the next painting, it kind of inspired from me watching another guy paint on YouTube. Oh yeah, and you can go to YouTube and find most of my recent paintings. I've been posting to YouTube for like the past, I don't know, 2 weeks. So you can find the whole video to these there. And it's called Rusty Weir at G82X2C. It's supposed to mean gate to ecstasy. If you write it down, it kind of looks that way. And that's what we named our fan club. So join my little 974 likes. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate that. And also, I'm giving away a free 16 by 20 paint. I almost forgot to tell everybody about it. I did tell y'all about the contest, but because I'm not doing so good in it, I'm offering a free painting for anybody that votes, shares it. I got a pinned post on Facebook. If you vote, and it's free, you can buy votes, but you get one single vote every 24 hours for free. Doesn't cost nothing. It takes you about 5 seconds to do it. You put your vote in, it asks for an email to verify you're real, and that's it. And then every 24 hours you can go back in and vote. It's been going on for, well, the whole thing lasts for 10 days. And I think we got 6 days left. So y'all please vote. Every vote counts. And it's nationwide. There's so many artists in this. So many. Alright, let's see. Let's go back to, I'm going to put some highlights on these trees before we move on. And like I said, we're going to use the yellow because it'll give us so many different shades of green. Alright, I'm just going to go into a little bit of, mix it. My yellow's been sitting out a few days. And normally, yellow is thin. But like I said, I let mine sit out so it dries out. I'm going to mix a little bit, a couple of drops of the thinner with it. Not much. It'll turn the ink on you and then you get big splotches. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Alright. So I got color on the bristles. I don't want a lot of paint on it. Not like we loaded up to make the tree. This time we're just going to tap. Let's see. Yeah, and pick one side or the other, wherever you think your light source is coming from. All right, just in a couple spots, nothing big. Yeah, the more detail you start showing, the closer it looks. So I really want this to look far back there. I probably should leave it in black, but I want to put a little color on it. I'm bad. I love colors. I try to figure out ways to use them. Alright. Tap this one a couple of times. Really soft touch. As long as you got that thinner on there, it'll come off for you. If not, add another drop or two. But it'll turn to ink really quick, so be careful. just to indicate some branches. Give the birds a clear place to sit. Let it fade away towards the bottom. Just keep on. There's a lot of paint up there. And the only reason it's coming off is because I did mix a little bit of thinner with it. Come back through here. I'll highlight a little bit of this grass. Small amounts. Just a little bit of light. A little bit of light connecting. You see some colors. And we can even drop some of this color right down into the water if we really wanted to show some colors from it. We'll do a water line and then work on the bridge. How about that? The more you tap on it, the softer it'll get. You start getting those green colors because of the blue and the black and the set green. Alright, just a little bit, that's enough. Alright. Let's do the other side. And we're going to highlight on the same side, the right side. Fade away at the bottom. Get some of this grass. Yeah, just tap and push up in some spots. Put a little more color on there. And by pushing up just that little bit, it really gives you some nice edges for grass. Yep. Alright. I'm gonna go back and put a little bit of this color in the water because I just, like I said, I think the reflections are too easy not to do. So we just, like I said, tap a little bit of color in here. Very, very little. They want to be brighter the closer you get to and lighter the further back. Alright, let's see. And we, like I said, we're going to get the big brush in a minute. So when we pull those down, we'll really lighten that up. And the water line. And the water line. No. Alright, let's get the big brush. Alright, what do y'all think so far? Alan, sands. What do you think so far? Alright. Go back to that big brush, grab it, pull it straight down, very lightly. Very, very lightly. To the other side. Even though we're going at an angle, still pull those lines straight. Alright. Now I'm going to go back and pull sideways, straight across, all the way back. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yes, that works for me. I hope y'all like it. I would do. Because I do. Alright. I don't know. Maybe it don't need a bridge. Maybe. Y'all think I should put a bridge in it, or just some more bushes and trees? I might mess it up by putting a bridge. Raya, what do you think? Drug addict, glad you're here. This will help you with the problems. I call this Gate to Ecstasy. Join the fan club. Can't wait. In a minute, we're going to pull the tape off this thing. I think the edges are going to look really good. No bridge. Omar, no bridge. Okay. Man. Alright, if anybody else have an opinion? It ain't gonna hurt my feelings not to put it in. Gives me more room to put some beautiful flowers down here. But that's what I had in my mind, was a bridge. Right. You know, it makes you think. And then, you know, reflecting the bridge into the water right here at the bottom, I think would be good. I think it would be good. I don't know. I'm an amateur artist. Every painting I do is the first time I've done it. Alright, back here in that back, I want to add. I'm just sitting here noticing there's just not enough action right there with that fall. It's falling. So I'm gonna put a little bit of white right on the corner of my fan brush. Don't need to waste a whole bunch of color. Tap it in really good. And come back here and just tap in some spots where that water's hitting. There it goes. Comes right on out of there. Get a little bit more right on the edge. You want to touch it and let that paint just come off the ends. Alright, if it don't want to come off, add a little thinner to it, it'll come off. But that's enough. I just needed something down there. It didn't have nothing where the water was falling. I want to try doing the reflection of the bridge. Yeah. That's kind of where I want to go with it. And to do some rocks around the bottom of it. Yeah, I think it looked good. Just a little bit more color on his paint. That's all. Just in a few spots. And once again, I'm pushing it up. Once it hits the canvas, I'm just pushing up on it. Alright, that'll work. Got some beautiful colors back there, I'll tell you that. Alright. Let's pull that bridge out. I'm ready. Alright. Right into my Van Dyke brown. Alright. Start right over here and angle it. Angle it. Not a huge angle, but a little bit. Go back and get some more color. Alright, that works. Over here, let's just run this off into the tip. Put a little bit more brown on that. I'll come back and add some highlights to it in a minute. Alright. I'm going to go into a small amount of yellow ochre. I'm not cleaning the brush, I'm just letting it mix right on the brush. Just in a couple of spots. Let me get a little bit more. I may have to clean the brush for this one. It ain't gonna show up enough. Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit there. Oh yeah, that'll work. Like I said, be careful now. You can get ink really, really quick. I've done it so many times. For a long time, I quit using thinner. I was just using linseed oil. And that linseed oil is really good. It makes your paint more creamy. A lot easier to use when you're trying to thin it out. Alright. I just mixed a little thinner with it. Come through here. Trying to get different shades to come out of it. But don't put a lot of pressure on it though. But just pull lines out of it. Alright. What other color? Oh, I'm gonna add a little bit of this red. It's a barn red. It's a really good color. And because I want it to come off easy, again, I'm going to mix a little bit of thinner. I don't want to be trying to scrub the painting to get the paint to come off. I just want to be able to touch it. That way I can make better texture. And pretty much just making sure I got paint on the end. We'll put some post on it in just a second. Alright, I think that'll work. For what we're trying to do anyway. Alright, that'll work. That'll work. Alright, let's put some post on it. Once again, just gonna go into the straight brown. And we'll probably highlight these with just some white. Start right here. That way I don't block the view of that waterfall. First, I'll do the back side. I have to add a little bit of thinner for it to come off. Alright. Like I said, we'll do the back side first. And then we'll do the front. Right. A little bit better. A little bit better. Alright, we're just bringing the paint down, right down to the other line of paint. Because like I said, we're doing the back side of this bridge first. And we won't see the other one, or maybe a tad bit of it. Yeah, that's gonna look good right there on the edge. Alright, keep on going. Just having to keep adding paint to the tips so I can scratch it on there. Don't want to press a lot of force. Alright. One more. Maybe two. Maybe two. We'll see. On the back side of it. Still got something to do on the front. But I want to force the eye to look right at that little fall back there. Right at it. Alright. Let's see. I think that'll work. I think that will work. We'll put grass up around the side of that edge. Alright, let's think about these. They, of course, yeah, this will work. So I'll start at the bottom of this line and pull up or down. You know, you just want to go to the bottom so it's on the outside. Alright, down to the next one. I'm gonna move this one to the outside right here, just a little bit. Oh yeah. Just keep going into my brown. Here we'll jump a little further away. Oh yeah. They made these just out of the logs they cut down. I'm not making them crooked, but they're definitely not straight. Oh man, that works for me. Absolutely does. And we'll highlight in a minute. Oh, and I got a desert scene that I want to do. I've seen some cactuses, and man, now I want to paint some. Let me raise this up a hair. And get a little further away on this one. That'll work for me. Alright, now I'll put just a little bit of highlight on the side. I think I'm going to use the fan brush. I'm going to just clean these brushes out. Hang on, where's it at? I lost my fan brush again. I think I'm working him too hard. He's running from me. Alright, here we go. And like I said, we're just going to use a little bit of white and tap that lightly around these posts. get a little corner on 1/2 of my fan brush. Don't need the whole thing. And once again, just like the trees, we're going to highlight the right side just by touching. You can keep tapping it. Just tap your way about halfway on each post. Then you can come back and soften up that center, which we'll do all that. I'm gonna show you. We want to be careful that we're only on that side anyway. Alright. Not cleaning the brush, just tapping in some white. There are so many little things that you can do to draw interest to your paintings. I'm still learning. You know, when you're highlighting, you really want that top, the edge that you're highlighting to be the brightest, and it should get softer as it's coming around that post. We'll even pull down some of this in just a minute. You could do a whole painting with just the fan brush. It's such a good brush. Yeah, I watched Bob do a painting the other day with just his knife. I want to try that, but I'm definitely scared to do that one. I might do that one when y'all are not watching and just show y'all the pictures of it. If it comes out. And sometimes you can make a reflective light, you know, for the shadow side. Use a blue. Alright. That thing is right on the tape, so when it comes off, it's going to be really cool. Now that we got everything in, we can go back with a straight board. If I put everything in right, I should just have to do one board, and it'll look like both sides is done. Let me get my filbert brush again. Where'd you go? We'll use this little one. This little one will work. Alright, back into the brown. I'll let that sit there. Alright. And put a little thinner on here so it comes off. So it comes out. Couple of drops. Couple of drops. If you make it too thin, you won't be able to put nothing on top of it. A thin paint will stick to a thick paint. Number one rule. Number one. Alright. Let's see if we can put some post on here now. So right across this outside. Try to hit that top. And it'll look like it's covering for both sides. Oh no. I should have left that post off. There you go. Right, you see what I mean by you don't have to make the railing for the other side. It's almost like this side's covering it up. But you need those posts in there so that it does look like it's got some depth. Even though it's just a little bridge. And take that right on off. Alright, good. Make that a little bit darker right there. Put a couple of bumps in it. Yeah, they made this thing right out of everything laying around. Alright. Go back to the fan brush and some white. Put a small highlight across the top of this. There we go. Like I said, a small amount of color now. If you put a lot of color on there, you're just going to get big swatches. You don't want big swatches. Come back and tap this down in a minute, lighten it up. It don't take a whole lot of color. We don't. Alright. Now I got another brush. Works really good for tapping these colors out. Another fan brush. Yeah, See, it was kind of bright. It just needed to be toned down a little bit, that was all. And same thing across the top. Just make it look old. Alright, that works for me. But you know what? I don't think I'm going to do the reflection of it. I think I'm going to put some the rocks right here under it. Yeah. And then some bushes on both sides. I think that look really good. Those reflections look really good in there. I don't really need to go any further. But still, I'm going to pull some more reflections out of these colors. Let me go ahead and put those colors in real quick. Just go right into that same mix of sap green, blue, and a little bit of black. I should have put this in, but like I said, I didn't know how big it was going to be or small it was going to be. And I'm probably going to cover this up anyway, but I'll go ahead and add it in here just to have it as a background. Remember, pull straight down. Alright, go back to my little soft brush. Pull it down. Just picks up any of the heavy paint. Weighs it down a little bit. And then go sideways. Left or right, it don't matter, you can go both. Wiggle those lines. Alright, that'll work. Oh man, I gotta go back and put a water line in, and I gotta do it in between the posts. I should have done it way before putting this bridge in. Alright, let's see. Let's start right back here. Always want to shake your lines straight out. Even though you're coming down at an angle, just shake them straight up. And we'll pull some reflections off whatever we put underneath there. Alright, go back, get a little more white on here and do the other side. Even though I'm coming down at an angle, just shaking that knife straight. Just put a little bit of white. It would have been so much better to have it in there before. But you can do so much. It's fun, so much fun. Alright, that'll work. Pull a couple of water lines from under here. Even though we're going to cover that up probably with the bush. We'll put that one in there. Alright, now let's put some ground underneath that. And then pull the reflections for it. Just go back into those same dark colors. Oh, got a big old chunk. I told you that paint was thick. And look, right here, I'm going to bounce up over that bridge. That way it pushes it back down behind the grass. All the way down here to the bank. Alright, once again, we'll pull some reflections. Wait, you know what? Let's bring this on out. No, let me pull these reflections and then I'm going to bring it out. It's always cool to do that. I'll show you what I mean. So right there, I'm going to pull that little corner of the reflection. Real soft, real soft. You can destroy it really quick. And it'll be gone. Alright, now I'm going to go back to those same colors. Blue, Persian blue, sap green, a little bit of black. And bring this out. You see what I mean? And now we got that reflection behind there. We just brought it out into another plane that we can pull reflections off of. Now I'm just smashing in, blade the grass. Alright. We're going to pull some reflections off of that and then pull another little land thing out of here. Let me go into a little bit of black. Very small. Hey, bud.
Well, morning, Terry. I mean, Rusty. Where's my painter that?
Good morning.
Morning. You are up here early.
I got a painting in my head after watching a guy, and now I got to get it out. I got actually a couple of them. He inspired me to do a few, actually.
Nice. Nice. Beautiful. I love it.
All right. Go back into those same blue, green. Pull down those reflections. Soft, soft, soft. Don't put a lot of paint up there. You'll be scratching forever. All right.
Wow, so pretty.
Thank you so much, dear. Thank you. All right. Get the big brush. Pull straight down. Even though it's at an angle, we'll pull it straight down. Look at all those different colors, blue and green and black. Man, I love that. I love that. Right. So lightly, 3 hairs and some air. Go right over it. Make it shine. Make it glimmer. Want that line to wiggle right there. There we go.
Oh, I like that. 3 hairs in the air.
That's what Bob said, man. I always laughed when he said it. And the thing is, I never understood what he meant until I started painting.
Ah.
All right. Got. I'm gonna go ahead and. No, I'm not. I might put some color on there. A little bit. Let me set this to the side. I'm not cleaning the brush because I'm gonna go right into some cad yellow with those blues. Should give me some gorgeous green colors. And I don't want to overmix it, so I'm just tapping it a couple of times. And then we'll go up here and put it up. Looks a little thinner with it. Oh yeah, pretty green, pretty green.
So did you get any sleep?
No, I ain't been to bed yet.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I tried. I just couldn't stop thinking about this painting. That's bad. That's when it's bad. That's when it's bad.
Yeah, I've been there. Been there.
All right. And actually, I think I'm gonna leave that there, but I'm gonna add some of this color in the water and bring the bushes off of this side. Make the water go this way. All right. So right down here, just like I'm gonna give a little more cat yellow. Make a drop of thinner with it. Just a drop.
I'll wait till you're done doing your bushes. I think you need to add some rope. Where's your bridge tied to?
I just bring it up on the ground over here. That's it. That's it. All right. Go back in, add some highlights to these. Just to find a little bit more grass. When I'm hitting it, I'm kind of pushing up a little bit.
That's the only thing I can make with them fan brushes is grass.
Really?
Can't make no trees, but I can make some grass.
I see you how. I see you how.
That's
One
cool.
day. One day. One day. All right. Now let's put some of that color down in the water. Now that I thinned it out, it should come off pretty easy. And don't cover up all those dark spots underneath there. You gotta have some shadows underneath everything to lift it up.
That makes sense.
All right, that'll work. That'll work. I just know that'll work. Let's see. Let's see. Get the little brush. Pull everything straight down. Real lightly. Really lightly. 3 hairs in some air. All right, and then lightly go across it. Left or right. Just keep your line straight. Either straight down or straight across. That's the way to make them reflect. Alright, that looks great. That looks great. Alright. Now, let's see, water line.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Alright. Just with the side of my knife, you get a little roll of paint. And then I'm going to start a little bit high and start working it around, like the water's coming around the spot. So start a little high, bring it out, and then come around.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice. I like that.
Right over here on this other side, need to put a nice, beautiful, beautiful bush.
I boost. Hey.
I'm gonna get my little brush and go into some, man, those same colors, sap green and blue. Once we add some white to this to highlight this bush, it's going to really throw off a bunch of beautiful colors. I'm not over mixing it. I'm making a couple of swipes into each color and then moving on. That way I get all these different shades. Alright, let's see here. Go back, reload. I'm gonna put a little thinner with it, just a little bit. I want it to come off a lot easier. Alright, now let's do a couple of highlights on it. So I'm gonna mix a little bit of white and Phthalo blue.
You got you a Batman in here. Hi, Batman.
Go, Batman. Now this is really, really thick. It's gonna be really, really thick. That's exactly how we want it to mix.
No one.
Alright, got white, blue. Add a little bit more white.
The darling. Welcome in, darling.
Thank you for coming. I really appreciate that. Alright, I'm just going to keep moving down with colors. I'm not cleaning the brush. We're going to a little red now. Just tapping those colors right into the brush. Let it mix whatever it wants to mix. Alright, let's see here. Alright. I'm gonna go right into the thyroid green. Oh yeah. Not cleaning the brush, just like before. Mix a little bit of thinner with it. Bam! I'm gonna have to get some more thinner. I'm dropping.
I was thinking about you the other day, Rusty.
Oh really? Well, I hope it was good.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I was like, you know what? Because we have a festival. Well, I guess it's a street party or whatever they call it here in the little town that I live in every Thursday during the summertime.
Huh.
And I was like, I bet because people love scenery paintings. I don't care what genre or anything you're into. Everybody loves scenery paintings. And I'm like, man, I need to get Rusty to teach me how to do the scenery paintings.
Absolutely, absolutely. People around here love them. I mean, I love doing them too. They're so much fun. I want to be able to do a landscape and put a really beautiful horse or two in it.
Oh, horses are hard. I think they're hard.
Yeah. That's I hadn't even tried, but I feel like it's gonna be scary.
It scared me. They're actually, I mean, I can draw a horse head on the side, but I do realism, not realistic. And yours is realistic. So I think you could do it. I think you could. I think you could. You just have to practice, I think.
Mixing up some of this different green. Now I'm just playing with all the colors on my board. Alright, we're going to come back and tap some white into all that. Make it really pop out. Alright, clean brush. Maybe a little bit of red. And the key to this is making sure it's thin enough so that when you touch, it just comes right off. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Let's see what we can do here. All right. We'll go right into the white. Don't want to over mix it. Just push that. Just tap that white. Tap it. Tap it. And now we're gonna make some beautiful thick flowers. When this thing dries, these things will cut your fingers.
Oh, goodness.
It'll poke you, I promise you.
Oh, my goodness.
You're a little more thinner. That don't want to come out. Come on now. That's a beautiful color. Come out there. Once you get it thick, it's hard to. I mean, once you get thick on the canvas, it's hard to. Before you start making mud, it's so easy.
Oh, because it's got the thinner in it. I got you.
You're just adding so many layers. You gotta make sure whatever you're doing is what you want to do. All right, let's add, some Indian yellow with some white. It's gonna give us a beautiful yellow. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a gorgeous color. All right, just a tiny bit of thinner. I'm gonna load up the yellow and then go right into the white. Oh yes, man, look at all those colors. That is so pretty. All right, I'm gonna show y'all. Here goes. Oh wow. Man, that thing is sticking out like 1/4 of an inch. I promise you, it'll poke you.
I can see it. I can see it.
No. All right. To that, what color I want to add?
Pardon me.
Let's make it a little bit more yellow. Just tap it, tap it, tap it. Man, I want to add another color to this so bad. There we go. There we go. That'll work. Yellow and blue. Ooh, and it's thick too. That's
Purple, purple. Add purple.
This is gonna be close to it. Watch. It's really pretty.
Ooh, yeah.
And I'll tap that with a little bit of white to make that come out a little bit more. So I'm gonna put a couple of drops right into my white, and then just tap white color right up into the bristles. Let it mix with the other colors. But don't overmix it. If you overmix, you just get one solid color.
Mm.
And we'll finish that off just like that. That'll do it. That will do it.
That's so pretty.
I ain't gonna be able to lay another paint on top of this one. I want to keep all those edges. That is so amazing.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, Rusty. Happy Nick. Hi, Happy Nick. Happy Nick. Happy Nick. Didn't mean to butcher your name, I promise.
Hi guys, y'all please come in. If you've been sitting out there watching, come on in and then tell me what you think.
I bet those paintings they look amazing on screen. I bet it's more beautiful in person.
It really is. It really is. My daughters have been coming over and taking a bunch of pictures.
Yeah, my friend on here, my another further my fellow artist on here, he did a chalk couple portraits of me, and I just got him yesterday. And oh my gosh, I mean, I thought it was gorgeous on camera. Way better in person. Way better in person. And I've never had uh somebody draw me or anything like that before, and I've never watched a painting on TV, on the phone, and then seen it in person. And I tell you,
I've been trying to get girls to let me paint them for a long time. They just won't do it.
well, I sent him pictures, and he collaborated, made his own thing. He's like, I want to paint you. I'm like, okay.
I told my mama